Come on.
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. Survived the fourth with all 10 fingers.
Was it good? We heard that the parade in Philadelphia got canceled because you guys had triple digits. Come
Yeah, it
on,
was
Arizona does
I
it.
know. It's right. They are a bunch of
Yeah, bunch of babies. I'm kidding.
It's true. So no, it's true. Yeah,
But you
Bunch of
guys have the
lightweights.
humidity. Like, let's face it, as much as people joke about Arizona, we're like, yeah, but it's dry heat. It
Yeah.
literally is. Yeah, it's dry heat. You literally can survive triple
yeah,
digits
yeah.
when it's dry. When it's humid, oh my God. Like, no, I'm sorry. I'm out. Like, I'm a
Like, so
baby at
our
triple
goal was
digits in
like,
humidity.
does it get humid there?
No.
Like, what's
No,
considered? No. It's
no,
very
it's
arid,
so
right?
dry. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
No, it
like,
was
I mean,
and then it rained.
if you
It
pretty
rained.
much stand like in the shade, the temperature literally drops easily by 10 degrees, like
Wow.
immediately standing in the shade. Where when it's humid, you can't escape that anywhere.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, but you don't, again, you can, yes, you can. You can jump in a swimming pool that is not as hot as Satan's piss. Okay. Because out here in Arizona, literally 2 o'clock in the morning, July 19th, it is 104 degrees outside at 2 o'clock in the morning. And you jump in the swimming pool and you literally toast your testicles and anus to the same
Oh,
degree of lobster meat. Like
Not
it's
true.
crazy. You can literally
wow.
cracked open and dipped in butter out here after that. It's ridiculous. Hate
That's
Arizona.
crazy.
Florida's better.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. The week up to the fourth, it was 100 degrees, but it wasn't very humid. And then like July
Hmm.
2nd and 3rd, it just got really humid like Florida. And but then it rained anyway. Thursday or Saturday night, we had a lot of thunderstorms come through in the afternoon. So yeah, but anyway, what are you
Yeah,
gonna
you
do?
guys get some pretty awesome storms.
Yes. Yeah, during the
Yeah.
summertime. When the cold fronts come in, that kind of wreaks havoc on the power lines. Everything's above ground up here, so that's the problem. These old
Yeah.
cities. Yeah,
Yeah, the technology to go underground with it has been, you know, deficit there for 100 years easily. So
exactly.
that's why, again, that's why data centers are important. They'll come in and they'll directional drill that stuff because they can afford to do it.
Right, exactly.
You
Yeah, my
know,
dad used to work for the electric company in Philadelphia. He worked in the underground, so
uh,
as they transitioned over years and years ago, I remember him when I was a kid being on call at like they call them cable failures for you know days on end trying to get it fixed and stuff like that. So
right.
anyway, but yeah, we're good. It was all good. Everybody had a good time. Everybody okay?
Yeah, we like just minutes from my house, there's something called Westworld. It's like the one of the biggest entertainment sort of and oldest actually when I think about it.
It's
Anyway,
it's
there's a
a,
big
it's an
old
old stockyard from back in the day when this is where they brought all the beef cattle to start the cattle drives to get them back over to St. Louis to get them on trains to get them back to New York and Chicago.
Oh,
So
yeah, there's a
um,
big old rodeo and fireworks and everything
yeah,
there.
that's cool. That's Americana right there, man. You want to see that. Love it.
Yeah, it was very American. We had a hot dog and burgers and
and $65 for two hot dogs or I mean two burgers and a bratwurst.
Right.
$40 for a couple of margaritas and a beer. So we were $100 in before we even watched, one firecracker. So
Oh, that's crazy.
welcome to Scottsdale.
Yeah, exactly. Sounds like an Eagles game or a
but like tens of thousands of people showed up. It
Oh, the
was,
amount of money they made, it's super
oh
ridiculous.
yeah, we were calculating it had to be millions.
In the millions. It's definitely in the millions.
It's
So
crazy.
we
Anyway.
want to go and sponsor it next year.
And then over at the Princess Hotel, the Fairmont Princess, they had a friend of mine had videos and they had drones doing actually I want to show you all this because this is I don't know, this is a very cool again, like I think about for like what were they saying? Like there was a thing that and pretty much most fireworks that were going to be at least here were going to be illegal.
Yeah,
And
all of them that they use. Well, the thing about fireworks is that it's literally through an entertainment company, and this is something that, to tie this into the land shark because like we don't just come in and talk about our weekends and we actually get into deals. So the amount of money that these guys make to do these shows like this is in the millions, right? And
these,
so it used to be hundreds of thousands, and now it's probably in the millions because of these drone shows are super ridiculous. Play it.
so watch this drone show. This is really cool.
How long is it?
It's so cool how they do that.
The Liberty Bell.
I check that out. It's amazing.
And then it cracked.
Look at that. It's like,
Watch
They
this.
rang it and it cracked. Do you know they rebronze that thing 3 times and still
yeah.
and it still cracked every single time?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
How cool is that? We the
Yeah.
people.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean, that's
pretty neat.
amazing.
Yeah, and again, like every one of those dots is a drone, so do the math. I mean, if those things are $200 or $300 a piece, like do the math.
So if you watch this, there's the flag. There's another super cool one that shows up. Wow. There, it's right there.
Statue of Liberty, and that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
I
This
mean,
was all
how
over at the
cool is that? The princess, the Fairmont
yeah,
princess. So clearly he was like on the highway or something because the Fairmont's way over there.
Yeah.
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 But
Well, that's the thing. People
holy
go to
cow.
these places to watch it and be right there so they can feel the boom booms.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Exactly.
literally, in some of these spots, especially out here in Arizona, you can go
Oh,
on top of the
that's
mountain.
cool.
If you go on top of Mount Lemon, you can watch the sight from the top of Mount Lemon during the 4th of July is freaking amazing.
Mm.
So
It's very
I
cool.
mean, how cool is that with drones? Drones and fireworks. I'm actually thinking, like, I don't know where he was, but this looks like the West World, and this was, yeah, I have to ask him where he was. This is really cool. Anyway, again, with drones,
yeah,
like, wow. Oh no, he's at the Fairmont. Okay, so that is the Fairmont. So
yeah,
he's looking out, Fairmont Princess.
yeah,
That's awesome.
What is it?
Oh my gosh. I mean, think about how many drones it took to do that, and then the programming and stuff. Like, it's brilliant.
yeah.
Like, goodness gracious. So cool. Anyway, technology, all the fun things, innovation, how we're moving away from fireworks and into drone.
Right. That's pretty cool. Great
Right?
night you had guys had too. Yeah, it was thunderstorms where we were rain.
Yeah. Oh, your guys. Anyways, that's what I had to share. I think that's super cool.
Cool, cool,
Mhm.
cool, cool. Well, today is the 6th of July, and we're trying to expand the land shark progress here because we've got a lot of projects that have come up. We got Katya. She went on vacation, so that one's going to be on kind of a pause for a minute. But her deal out there in the Palisades is not going anywhere. So we need to kind of let that seller stew a little bit anyway. Blake and last week, Blake and Tracy had a deal that they walked and toured and stuff like that. Do we have any new information on that, Blake? What do you got?
Not a ton of information that's new. I know we were waiting on some paperwork from the sellers, and I haven't received anything on my end. And I was gonna ask and see what you would recommend that we do going forward. I know we're gonna look at some paperwork and kind of run the numbers based on that, but I haven't gotten too much new information on my end.
Let's pull yours up and get it ready. What we can do is we can dictate to it some case studies and scenarios because on that it was what, 42 acres light industrial, right?
That is correct.
And what we can do is we can ask it based on the information you got to help us come up with exit scenarios as our example today and kind of run through that. So do we have anyone else? I see Michael Butler in here. Michael, how are projects going for you with did you get that deal closed or I mean under contract that you were working on last week?
Yes, we have a couple going on. So the 501 Washington, that's been under contract. We're finishing up our due diligence. No major hiccups so far. And we got approved for the loan. That's been approved. And I think actually I sent you guys, I think it was either Thursday, Wednesday or Thursday, I sent you over the appraisal that came back in line with um, the purchase price. And so we're good there.
Catherine, do
Uh,
we have that in our email?
Yes, and we have a call with Mike right after this. We're going to
yeah,
dig
one
into
o'clock.
all of
Yeah.
it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so that's going, proceeding. And the other one, that Churchview, just got back the updated T12 from the seller, who's kind of a knucklehead, but we're cattle shooting him along. But I have a couple questions for him on his T12, on the CAM charges, but I have that out to their broker, so I should get that back today.
Right.
And then we'll have a purchase price, or at least a final purchase price where we're agreeing to. Um, so that's kind of move along too as well.
Very good. Very good. That's exciting. So yeah, and then once we get those up and going for you, we want to see about where we can do this again in
Mhm.
the metros and areas using your same strategy. Because again, it's kind of like real estate's kind of like sporting or sports, you know, you got to have a strategy to be good at it. But there's other variables intact with that. You know, some days you play on a windy day, some days you play on a sunny day.
Mhm.
Blake, did you lose your property?
I'm trying to find it again.
They might have pulled it.
Yeah,
That's a cool deal. I wish you the best, Blake. I probably get much value to it, but I can't add much value to it, but it looks like a cool deal. A lot of opportunities there.
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I
I
think
totally
again,
agree.
what I'm trying to do is see if we can discover how to split it. With
Mhm.
42 acres, it'd probably be
Mhm.
easier to split it about four ways, given 10-acre lots type of thing and 2 acres of easement. And I think the wetland, you can minimize that wetland down to 2 acres. I think it's currently at four, but that flood zone can be minimized based on grading and drainage, and you just basically dig a pit, you know, and if what you got to do is what's called water displacement, and if you can displace the water in a 2 acre area versus a 4 acre area, you just go down, you know, and so you cut 2 acres down instead of 4 acres across. So,
I got a
uh,
question for you, Blake, and Tommy.
yeah,
And I thought about this after you did your presentation, Blake, but that there was that when they were doing the walk around, there was that wastewater area.
back up right
Does that
there.
have to be maintained, or is there a cost to that? Like, does it
Yeah,
have to?
so it's basically what is called a cesspool, and I laugh about this because little personal story. I found out I was going to be a father at the age of 20 years old, sitting at my best friend's kitchen table, and his mom was sitting next to me, and I found out over the telephone when my girlfriend at the time called me from the doctor's office to tell me. And as I was sitting there, and my best friend's mom looked at me and says, "Do me a favor, boy. Don't you name that child anything stupid like cesspool or nothing." So now, like in my head, that every time I hear the word cesspool, I hear Mama
Oh my
Duval
God, that's
telling me, "Do
hilarious.
not name
It's
your
like
child
burned
that."
in your memory. It's so funny.
So a
Oh.
cesspool is that pit is got a plastic lining in it, and then all the water goes in there. The and if you don't use it for a while, it evaporates. All of it will evaporate, and then the muck the muck turns to dry, and you can take the dry muck out with equipment. If
Okay.
it fills up with wet muck, then you have to have trucks come in and you pull out the wet muck and put it in suck trucks, and you suck all the shit out and move it down the road.
So
So,
there's no like environmental restrictions to handle it or anything like that where it has to be.
well, and I think, yeah, again, you're going to be pulling in septic trucks that come in and do that work and pull it
Okay,
out.
I got it.
So that's
Okay,
really what it comes down to.
interesting.
Um, so yeah, let's run some numbers on this real quick, but because we're not the operators of this, we got to figure out who the operators are. So let's see how we can split it up. And so looking at this deal, we want to discover how we can split this property, take into consideration that we want to make the wetland flood area the most minimal amount of space possible, and divide the rest of the property up into sections that are consumable by our ideal operator client avatar that would need this property. Discover what this looks like, and get back to us after a good, thorough thought process of it. And then, Catherine,
Yeah.
if you are able, do you have your Cortez page available?
Are you talking about like the new one that you just created?
Um, yeah. Do you want me to pull it up, or can you pull it up?
Yeah, no, give me 3 seconds.
I gotta
Go.
go find the link, that's all.
Yeah, no, I'm in go high level. Hold on.
Oh my gosh, somebody just posted a meme that says when Roseanne Barr looks better than Madonna. Has anybody seen that picture yet?
Oh gosh.
That one's scary.
AI Studio.
No, I was gonna look at it in the actual browser. See if you can look at it in the browser.
Yeah, I'm publish, copy, the. Okay, so let me share. So this is my most recent project. Still raising capital for this, but the project has started. We It's a luxury build. So this is the one that, again, this cactus corridor used to all be horse property, several acres per house, and they're starting trenching this week.
Well, if
Uh,
you want, just play the sound. Will you? You can play the sound and start the video over.
how do you?
Hit the sound button at the top.
Oh,
For your
Then
next
start
home in
over.
Scottsdale, Arizona. The Titan 23 team wants to show you the next available Cactus Corridor project. Come with us as the fund manager, investors, builder, and realtor. Explore this new luxury build inside the exclusive Cactus Corridor.
I don't have a full schedule yet, but I think that we'll probably start trenching next week at some point. So we'll get the pad certified and trench. I would say we'll probably pour the footers and everything like 3 weeks from now, and then we'll probably pour the slab like we talked about. And then probably have a house up 5-6 weeks from now.
So we're really, really excited about this project. And for all of you that are investing in this, thank you for believing in us and the team. And you actually get to see that this is the team. So you all know me, Catherine Bell. Then we've got,
hi, I'm Deanna Boyden, and I am so happy to be on this project with these incredible people, introduced by Allie and led by Eddie.
And I'm Eddie Lack, and I'm not excited as everyone else because I actually have to build this house, but
And I'm gonna sell it in the end, so that's all my job is.
and Allie's very happy because she's gonna sell it. So yeah, no, we're super excited about this. I mean, Cactus Corridor is kind of our little honey hole, and yeah.
You guys have done an
This is a good
amazing
one.
job with your previous houses, and there was some news about one. You've got another one under contract already.
It's close. I know that Allie liked to pop the champagne early, but we are
It's happening.
close. Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
it. We're just working out the details.
So we are gonna have you follow us all the way through this project and really excited for you to be on this journey with us. So here we go. Yay, Titan. Woo!
There's music in there, but I don't know why it's not coming through.
Say that again?
There is music in this, but it's not, I can't hear it on this side.
Huh.
I don't know. And then it just flat disappeared. Anyway, the Cortez project, that's kind of one that we put through Landshark. We did all the due diligence on it, and here's where it's at in this phase, is now we're actually walking through it every day. You know, and the nice thing is this property is just down the road from us. And that's the importance to the network of the Landshark Mastermind. Like, we could do a deal with Michael Butler out in Philadelphia. Michael Butler could do one here in Scottsdale. Blake's doing one with somebody from Oklahoma while he's in California. You know, Laura's up in Washington, and you know, she's able to have real estate down here in Arizona. So the idea is that you're not stuck in the city that you live in to do real estate, because maybe the city you live in isn't the type of real estate you want to do, you know? So that's kind of one of the keys to the Landshark
Live where
Mastermind.
you want and invest where it makes sense.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. All right. So what else? What do you got, Blake? Pull it up. Let's see what's going on. Do we have anybody else in here? Moore said she might show up today. Um,
I
so
know that we have several people watching on Facebook Live.
or tell them come on over. Go to landsharkmastermind.com website /webinar. And then you can get yourself in here. So, Blake, what you got, man? It says the split to this would look like um, that there's a bunch of ways to split this. Do not shrink wetlands by filling them. Okay, duh. Um, keep going down. All right, so here we go. Parcel A, B, C, D, E. That's what I wanted to see. We can do 18 to 20 acres with the warehouse core fleet yard. I think we could do less than that. You got the 2 to 4 acres for the flood. You got 6 to 8 acres for the truck parking, equipment overflow stuff. You got 8 to 10 acres with the ISO mini yard pads, contractors needing 2 to 3 acres. So we can make multiple of those and just lease them out, right? That's what that's saying. Um, so all that being said, our core property has the 24,000 square foot building. We do 10 to 15 acres with the gravel yard, all the stuff being in there, and it said best use right there. The ideal operator is going to be somebody that rents that and does all the stuff. So it's either going to be equipment rental or utility contractor, etc. What we can do is we can do a rare warehouse rent for about 32,000 monthly, and then the yard rent at 65. Do the whole thing, target price between 75 and 100K a month. Your billboard frontage and green yard, like that part of it, 4 billboards at 3K a month, and then you got the best use for your tree and landscape people. Again, puts it at a 20 to 30K a month. Go to C. 3 to 5 private contractor yards, making money off of those. So 2 acres a piece, 2.5 acres a piece, like we'll figure it out. Total 25 to 45 a month. Parcel D, this is where they're already making money, 40K a month out there. This is target income conservative is 30K a month strong, or 15K a month conservative, 30K a month strong, and it's currently making it's currently making around 40K, but I think that includes everything they got going on out there. So I think we're conservative 15K a month. That's a good idea. Lot E is wetland, and realistically, I mean, I wonder if it'll show us this, but we can actually lease that out as a green space to somebody who needs a carbon tax credit. And so you can actually make money off your wetland. Do not create landlocked parcels, blah, 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 go all the way down. Showing us, let's see if it'll give us what, how much money we're gonna make. I know all this stuff. It's telling us we need to get Alta surveys and floods and blah, blah, blah. And figure all that out, but our targets right there show 135 to 200 a month on our income. Okay? How many doors is that, Michael Butler?
So you broke up. What was that?
How many doors is like 200K a month in your world?
How many? That I mean, it depends. How many in a unit? That's on average. That's probably like a more of a it's a Class A type uh, product there. If it's 200 a door, is that what you're asking?
No. I'm saying if in your world, how many doors is 200,000 a month in one of your buildings?
In
Yeah,
NOI? Oh, yeah, NOI. You're probably about I would say 10 to 15 doors.
got it. So instead of managing 15 apartment building doors, this property has 4 parcels that we're renting out triple net, basically. So that's the parameter I'm trying to set up for them. So the value, here's where it shows the values. Your monthly conservative at 120 puts an NOI at 1.4. For pricing everything at an 8.5 cap, you're fully stabilized. Your value is 16.9. What is the total asking price right now based on what they're doing out there, Blake?
They're asking 12 million.
Right. And so with the bank in charge, because the bank owns this property, if we present this to the bank and say, help us stabilize this, let us do 2 years, no payments until we stabilize, they'll be like, okay, we'll we get to figure that out with them, but it's based on this setup right here that even at our conservative, we're still $4.9 million in equity, right? And we're giving them the price they want, 12 million. So if we go strong, our mid strong NOI is 160 a month, the value almost doubles. So that would, if we could in 2 years pull off a strong NOI at 165, we could literally go into the bank on year and date two, year two, day one, and say we want to refinance the property at the value of $23.3 million, and that's 50% loan to value, right? And so we could totally rewrite our loan, write those payments into that loan, and repay a whole new price based on the value that we made it in 2 years, and we never make a payment in that 2 year period. We would just refinance it, put those payments back to the bank, and come up with a new payment that we start out from there. And our income is currently at that point a $1.9 million per year income. So we need to see what the bank actually would charge us monthly to understand what our then net income without the operating expenses pool would be there. You know what I mean? Are you tracking with me, or was that too air balloon?
I'm following with you.
Cool. So, um, blah, blah, blah. Gives us a suggestion list. Bottom lines look good. So let's go ahead and ask it and just say what, if we were to offer the bank the 12 million they want, and then said that we wanted to defer all payments for 2 years while we did stabilization on the property, and then we stabilized it at the conservative level of 120K a month, what would we end up having to pay on that 24-month, 1 day time period? And what could we do if we refinanced it at the value at that time? What could we end up paying monthly in order to understand our DSCR score? And sometimes banks and here's what I know, banks are sometimes more lenient when they own the property. So they'll get way more creative because they already own the damn thing and they need to get it off their books. It needs somebody to start making payments on it because it's a massive liability for them. So if it costs 12 million in their books, it's costing them 24. So
And then also Tracy
for
sent us a text about this property asking if we could set up a meeting to then kind of continue on with our talks about it and see what our future plan is and how to go forward from here.
absolutely. Yeah, no, we definitely want to do that this week for sure. Um, so yeah, let's go ahead and you can find it on our calendar where we got to set that up. I think Tracy has to be involved as well because Tracy's going to be and she's got some personal life concerns that we have to pray about. But yeah, let's see here. Cruise through this. Yeah, Tracy would be great to have on that call. So let's try to game plan around that.
Okay.
Base assumption, 7% accrued interest. Stabilized value. Keep going. The exit caps shows the breakdown. Um, problem. It says if your payoff after 24 months is 13.67 and a normal refi is 75% at an 8.5 cap, that only gives you 12.7. So you'd have a almost $1 million shortfall. Okay, that makes sense. Monthly payments after refi. It shows our DSCR scores are goes to 1.2, like scratches 1.19, right? So somebody got to not eat lunch every day. That's all. You know, you skip lunch, you can get that DSCR score to come up. Cash flow after refi. And again, this is based on the 75 LTV. If Boyd was in here, I bet Boyd could tell us how we could get this up to like an 80% LTV, which would then help us a little bit, but it might hurt us on it could hurt us on the other side. The other part of it is increase our cash flow. Like we don't have to base it at 120. We can base it at the mid level because we went full conservative. If we wanted to, we could say even at full conservative, it still makes sense. So if we just put it up to a base median and said this is our median average, then what that does is a whole different ball game. And then if we work our asses off and bust our asses to get that 165K a month, that's when we're going to make money for our investors, and that's when it becomes a big deal, right? So if it pencils and it makes banks happy at conservative level, investors love it at the strong level. So if you can, and you're not going to just pitch it at a strong level, you're just going to say, look, it makes sense here at the bottom. The floor makes sense. And so if you can make the floor make sense, then when you get the opportunity to peek it out and get the fancy roof on it, then that makes sense. So so yeah, rolling through the rest of it, I think this is a perfect opportunity to keep the Ivan into this, providing the bank with these documents. Like we need to have in that conversation we have with this broker that we're adding our own broker. Like so, there's going to be need to be a buyer broker agreement with Tracy, and then we're also going to need to have an agreement drawn up that like she's getting paid out of this deal, right? So that she can start working with us and we can set up daily meetings to get this thing from start to finish. Even if that daily meeting is only 10 minutes on a telephone call. I've done enough of these deals that if you drop one daily meeting, there's a good chance you're gonna drop the ball. So staying on top of people, even if it's just I don't know anything today, I'll get back to you tomorrow, is that literally keeps deals alive. They say time kills all deals. I say miscommunication ruins all time. So um, and so staying intact with people throughout the thing is better because it's just as powerful the opposite way. Like we're gonna let this broker out in California cook on the idea we're not interested. That way, by the time Katya comes back, he's gonna be like he's gonna be like an addict wanting to sell, pianos to get his addiction. Um, but yeah, I like this one. Like, let's go ahead and get it scheduled up to go deeper and dig into it harder with these guys on it. It's a good find for sure.
All right.
Um, And what I would do before you get that call, before you close that window with that, and make that call is go ahead and tell it to run a deep dive feasibility study on each one of those lots and what the likelihood, like how long are we going to wait for it to fill up and what the absorption rate on those things would be.
Will do.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so something else that, all right, I'm going to switch over now. Catherine, do you have anything else?
Um, I I mean, I always have wholesale deals that come in. I mean, I always have
Yeah.
those as like fillers if, we wanted to run any of those just for
Well,
practice.
and that's where I'm going to share my screen real quick because that's where it's like I'm going to take a little side step real quick here. Um, Land Shark Mastermind, we're coming up with new ways, new format to how we can do deals with people, right? And so one of the things that we've got a lot of members in here and they've got their own deals, but then once we get their deal to a certain point, like I just told Blake, like we could just do a 5 minute phone call about his deal and we're done. What does he do for the other 23 hours and 55 minutes of the day now?
So can
And
we
what he
talk
can do.
about like Westlake, like their buy box?
Yeah, I'm trying to get into that a little bit
Okay.
right here.
Okay.
Do you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I came up with is like inside of that day, Blake has other opportunities. And one of the
Right.
things that we've talked about is pushing out the deal hunter to get more people involved. And somebody's always said, why did you not monetize Deal Hunter by Landshark? Why did I not privatize it and keep people from using it by putting it behind a lock and key? I'm like, because it's too valuable. Like it again, to me, I'm Tesla minded to it. But we've been running this podcast for a year, and the expense to doing so has been discovered, and it's like, can't do it for free. So we've encouraged people to join and have a membership of $10,000, and we've got all the goodies that go with that. But the amount of people that show up to do that is very low. What you just said is like you got these wholesalers sending you deals all the time. I got people like bird dogs out the butt over here, you know.
Right.
So from that, I was like, okay, how do we monetize this? Because on the website, we tell people it's $500 to run a deal. And like, so people come in here and we run deals with people and we find value in them. And we're like, well, we'll skip the $500. But the ones that we don't find value in, they usually get mad, right? And we never get them back because they're mad. Okay, well, sorry, we hurt your feelings. So I'm trying to find a way
So
around
they're in
both
love
things.
with the deal, which is rule number one.
Right. I'm trying to find ways around both situations where we can actually help these people to walk away mad and still monetize our deal, right? So what I
Right.
did was I kind of come up with this. Like, and we can run a demo on it, but basically it is that the Deal Hunter by Landshark helps investors, wholesalers, agents, brokers, sellers, lenders, and deal sponsors turn raw property information into credible due diligence reports, feasibility studies, buyer packages, lender packages, and business plans. It combines AI speed with 50 years of real world real estate knowledge, underwriting judgment, negotiation experience, and deal structuring strategy. Buy now, right? And what they're going to buy now is they're going to buy one of 5 opportunities. The first one is the Shark Bite Review, $97. And what we do with that one, that's the run this deal quick review, right? We throw the address in it. We say run this deal, gives them a 1 page summary. We hand it off to them, boom, done. Gives them the basics, the go, no go, the red flags, and the score, right? Then there's the Deal Hunter report. This one's 199 for for the last one, we give them 5 minutes on the podcast. Like they get to tell us their deal and then go away, right? Like Shark Tank style 5 minute pitch. The Deal Hunter report's $200 and it's 10 minutes. And then what we do is we go a little bit deeper, just like we did with Blake right there. We did that deeper dive, and on that deeper dive, Blake learned a lot more valuable information. And so it comes with the basic underwriting summary, the risk flags, key assumptions, etc. Right. And then the report is more than just a 1 pager, it's more like a 3 to 5 pager. right? And they can decide to go forward with it or not. The no-go is, this is where I feel like the no-goes are going to land a lot. And they're going to be like, I paid $200 to find out that's no-go. Well, would you rather pay $2 million to find out it's a no-go? Like, which one you want? So, like, you can do that or not. Like, we'll figure out something there, but I'm pretty sure that those are going to be the ones that get mad about it. And we're going to have to offer them something like, we'll come offline with us and let's fix it up. And this is kind of right here. That's the Deal Hunter Pro report. And so this is going to be where they do 30 minutes. It's got feasibility. It's got good legs to it. This is somebody that comes back after they got a go from a $99 deal. So if they come in and they're like, oh, it says to go, then they're gonna have to upgrade to this Deal Hunter Pro, right? And get that, because we're not gonna spend 25 more minutes with them on the phone right off of that. So we'll have to push them out and let them come back into the system that way. And then the final one is the private deal review, where they're looking for capital. Because again, Catherine spends, probably a good 8 to 10 hours a day on phone calls, 15 minutes at a time with people. And that's all they're doing. They're pitching deals to her. And so I really feel like the more credible deals will show up if they actually had to pay $1,000 to do it. Like, it eliminates the bullshit. And then what we can do is, after that 1 hour conference privately offline, if it's a good deal and it works out, we'll bring it on and do a 30-minute showcase so that the investors can look at it, right? Like, kind of like Michael's deals, the Cortez deals, stuff like that. We could even get into building them a fund. So how that works though for short, like people like Blake, Katia, stuff like that, is that they're going to be able to be compensated by it. And how I want to do that is, Blake can go out and advertise in Facebook groups to come to the meeting, and if they got deals they want to run, then bring the deals and we'll run them. Blake can then run that deal and get 50% of that deal. Okay. And so from, if they just pay for the shark bite, the first 5 deals, Blake's going to get 100% of the money. Anything after those first 5, then we're going to start splitting it with Blake and keeping 50% of that for Land Shark Mastermind to run these podcasts. The reports after that are all split 50-50. And then, if the deal gets showcased, where like down in the $1,000 one, we'll actually do 60-40. We'll give the member 60% to do the 30-minute presentation. Right. And I don't know, is that sound valuable to anybody else except me? Does that sound like a fair deal to anybody else except me?
It does. Yeah, very helpful.
Again, because like I want the people that are already here and have been supporting it to be rewarded for continuing to spread the word, and put it out there. So the avatar for these people is pretty much the people that are already here, but not just the people that are already here, but the people that don't know we're here. The realtors, the brokers. Go the other way. There we go. I made an avatar. This is Catherine's favorite part, is avatars. Stop. It won't work. I don't know why it just froze. Dang it. Anyway, avatars are like the bird dogs, the wholesalers, the brokers and realtors, owners of property who are like, hey, I think this is a valuable property, but they're having a hard time finding buyers, right? And we can get that deal ran. There's another guy like Tristan. Tristan is a broker. He's always got deals, and they're pretty good. Some of them pretty good, some of them not so much. And so we want to try to get people like this guy to come in when they've got deals that make sense to put a little money forward on it so that it supports what we're trying to do. And that is get these deals in front of buyers, get these deals in front of investors, and really minimize the amount of time you're spending on crap deals. Like that's a subsidiary way of utilizing it and working on it. But the biggest thing would be to find really good deals. Like that's what I built it for, was to find really good deals. But it does a really actually a better job of finding really crappy ones and telling you where they're really crappy. So I'm trying to figure out how to make that valuable for not just us, but everybody. Especially people that want to get into it and do stuff. So, where did the damn list of people go?
Well, again, I mean, like I just think about, when we were doing flipping females, like this would have saved us,
Yeah.
Laura, what, hundreds of thousands of hours of deal analysis. So it's like, I feel like, part of the ideal client avatar is people that um are
Well, the realtors are already using AI to try and get, make their jobs easier. What if they had a way to come in and do that, right? Like, because realtors using their own GPT without any of the 50 years of knowledge are just using a bogus GPT. And that's what's making it dangerous, right? So here's the avatar list right here. New real estate investors need this because they can spend less time chasing down bad deals. Um,
right,
they only need to do one report with us to know how the damn thing works, and then they can go do it themselves if they want, you know. So, because if I gave it to them for free at first, then they can go and do it forever, and then yeah, there's no sense to doing that. But again, I'm not trying to charge for deal owner. I'm trying to charge for the time spent by the experts who are validating the information in the report, right?
right,
So, if you're going to be sending off, earnest money and wiring cash, you might want to spend 200 bucks real quick, get a due diligence report. Wholesalers with property to sell, they might want to do that. Especially since they found out the new normal, ready for this, the new normal for wholesalers, 50K.
what?
Yeah. Not 5K, not 10K, 50K. 20K is the floor, the bottom. Like, don't take less than 20K on a wholesale deal.
Wow.
Yeah, like really, when did paper get that expensive? But anyway, wholesalers that are making 20K, they can literally spend 1% and pay $200 to get a due diligence report and be like, oh, I'm listing it at 85%. Let me go back to my seller and tell them I need this at 50 to 55% for any fix and flipper to find value in it, right? And they can understand why it's only got to be 50 to 55%. Realtors with investor listings, like, you got to sell these investor properties fast. You can't let them sit and park on like, if somebody lives in the house, you can park your sign out front for advertising for 6 months. That's great. But if I'm an investor and I ask you to list my property, I don't even want you to put a fucking sign in the front yard. I want you to bust your ass and sell it before the sign company shows up.
Right.
Right? Like, don't play around. Get it done. And so you better be buying one of these reports. Commercial brokers need this program as well. So we got the buy and hold landlords that need this because again, it helps in a lot of ways. I think one's in the room here. He can validate this. How much better would it be if you could just take your documents that you spend hours analyzing, feed it to Deal Hunter and say, give me the ups and downs on it and give me all the points that I need to know about it. Have a conversation with it like it's literally a CPA doing the work for you, and then validate it. If something comes up goofy, then go look, right? Don't, if it comes back and says, no discrepancies, then your audit is complete, you know? But again, there's a good chance that it's gonna come back with discrepancies. You're gonna be able to chase down things and nail stuff out that you could have taken you hours to do or spent thousands of dollars on doing. So fix and flip investors, there's a bonus to this one with free estimates. And I think that we could teach them that one as well, and it wouldn't matter. But these two right here need free estimates more than they need Deal Hunter. They need them in conjunction. Private lenders, money partners, they need it because again, they're investing into something. They need to know what they're investing into, and so having a third party perspective on it is valuable. 10, 20, $30,000 valuable. Small land developers and buyers, same thing. Sellers who want to prove their property has value to investors. All these people could find value in a $200 report or a $500 report. People that are going to be putting big money out is going to need $1,000 reports. Yes, sir, Michael.
No, I wanted to add, it's a great program, and I will add, I think you were probably referring to me as the owner operator, but it will help with due diligence, but I think what it will do is, the critical time is after becoming a buyer to an owner operator is that transition time. It's almost acts like as a kind of a virtual asset manager, helping you make that transition, set your business plan in motion. It's a critical time, so I can see this helping.
No, that's awesome, exactly, like, because again, with Deal Hunter, I mean, it's able to do an extensive amount of analysis that most people don't even know the amount of analysis this thing can do. Let me just give you real quick over under of what that analysis looks like. I loaded it, look at this. This is an RV park deal. I loaded it with every file I have about the project and said, let's get to work. And it came back with uh, a pretty extensive, pretty extensive detailed list of the work we need to do. And so when I'm able to see my total project costs and numbers in a 200 line item deal, where I'm going to be spending like this amount of money, I want to know every single penny I'm spending and where it is and where it went and all that. So here, boom, like done. It'll make it simple, it'll make it complex, it'll make it base assumption, and it'll put it up as how much money when I need it, and like these are my paychecks. For a contractor, this is how a contractor gets paid right here. Construction budget, this is the draw request template, meaning every time I need money, I gotta ask for it right here. So, and every time I ask for it, it gets taken out of the other side, and all these numbers change every single time. Right? And so this is the kind of stuff that the this is just free estimates, but between Deal Hunter and free estimates, that again, like you come in, you got a deal, you need us to run a free estimates on it. You give me all your documents, boom, 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 boom. I put it in, I give you that. That right there in the real world's $20,000. Paying an engineering service to come in and do all that work right there is a combination of a contractor, CPA, and an engineer, 20K. So I'm trying to figure out how to close it, not break it. There we go. So yeah, so thank you, Michael, for putting info into that and saying, how useful it is. Because again, it is very important. I've got another deal. Here's one right here. The deal no access. I love the deal no access one because literally, like we didn't have anything that gave us the inclination that it didn't have access. We literally just put in the address and said, run this deal, and it came back no go because it had no access. We didn't say anything about access, but the internet already knew is a no go. I just need to know if anybody else understands the brevity to that. Like how crazy is that without, by doing due diligence, like who would I need to ask to get the information for that? Would the realtor know? I would
Well,
hope so.
again, I'm still scratching my head trying to understand how the realtor listed it without him knowing that there's no access.
Right. Like
Like
it's
how are
lot
you going to
A, not
justify
lot
that?
B. Right, it's lot A, not lot B, but in the picture it shows lot A. This is the picture of lot A. So they even misled intentionally, and Deal Hunter caught it. Right? It says why it looks so cheap because houses around the area are going for 2 million a piece. Right? So doing the math, if you were to do a 6,000 square foot house out there, you're looking at $3.5 to $5.5 million. Great, but guess what? You can't freaking get to it. So,
I
and
mean
here's the
that
other
so it's
thing.
funny. There was
Right here,
I
stop.
act-
This is the last part. It's only 80,000 square feet while the zoning is 190. So you have to have at least 190,000 square feet out there in order to build. It's legally non-conforming. So yeah, option price, 5 to 10K. Purchase price here if we can resolve the issue, but if not, we get our money back. That's and look, that's the point right there. You're finding a way to get the deal done, but you're doing it in a way that protects you. So,
So I was in we all get to do our fun civic duty of jury duty. And the one jury that I served on literally was an easement lawsuit.
mm.
The whole thing was easement. And I learned so freaking much about that, which again has me scratching my head like, how the hell is this realtor selling this with no easement access?
And again,
Like,
like they can, but they have to disclose it. And so, and what they're doing is they're relying on the Arizona state law that says all buyers must do due diligence,
Mhm.
right? So, because again, you would have to sue them and say, you knew this didn't have easement. And they would have to say, no, I didn't. I didn't do my homework.
yeah.
So again, you don't have to rely on them. I mean, for 200 bucks, like it's worth it. It's better than spending 275,000. And here's the nice thing. If you really liked it, Deal Hunter will literally write an offer for you based on that. Right? So we could go right here, right now to the bottom of this chat and be like, hey, go ahead and make an offer based on the condition of the property. Go ahead and make an offer based on the condition of the property. We want to do a purchase option where we'll put
Are you
$5,000
an
down.
accredited
And
investor
as
or
long as
looking
we're
for
able
your
to
next
get
home in
our
Scottsdale, Arizona?
property
The type
easement into the property, then we will go ahead and buy it for 225,000, not full asking. And so boom, I send that off and it will
You're not
write an
sharing your
email.
screen.
Huh?
You're not sharing your screen.
Oh, that's okay.
Or,
We're almost done anyway.
but I think seeing it helps.
So I said, I told it, I said, go ahead and make an offer. It stopped thinking for some reason. Go ahead and complete the task as suggested above. I think you gotta hit that send button one time, not 10. It's moving slow today.
When was the last time you shut your computer off?
Yesterday.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just gonna take a while. I'm sharing screen, everything's just moving super slow.
Mm.
But it puts the offer together. And it says here to give this language to your attorney. I can copy all this and go over here to a GPT that I built for an attorney called Lawyer Back, Legal and Contracts. It's lawyer back, but not legal advice. I can take it in there and it'll create the document that I'm wanting. So, and that's something that's really cool to do too. So anyway, I'm going to wrap it up with a prayer because we got a meeting to get to. Heavenly Father, we thank everyone for the blessing of this day and the blessing of this life. We ask that you continue to bless, guide us, get us into the world to do your will so that we can take forward your son's name in all of his glory. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, everyone.
All right, everybody. Happy 4th of July yesterday or day before.